Live. Man, this is crazy. I'm doing like 2 live streams right now on YouTube and on Instagram. We're gonna have to consolidate this a little bit. Good morning, everybody. I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to Workshop Week. Today is day 1, and really, I'm here. Let's see if we can consolidate this a little bit so it doesn't feel like I'm looking in 2 places, so you guys all feel like we're all together. I don't know. We'll try that for now. Hey, Amber. Hey, you guys. So, welcome to Workshop Week. My name is Natalie, if we don't know each other yet. And this week is going to be such a fun week. So, my goal this week for you is that you grow abundance on your homestead and in your business. And so, here's how Workshop Week works. Every day, we're going to go live in the morning and in the evening. In the mornings, we're going to have like guest speakers. We're going to talk more about like homestead and home business from their perspective, learning how they do business and run an abundant homestead, farm, garden. We've got experts from around the world and around the country. So I'm super excited about that. So we'll get to pick their brains together live. That's step 1. Step 2, you want to make sure you get your resource library. It's known as the off-grid bundle. To some of you, I call it the resource library because I feel like that's a more accurate description of what it is. It is 100 plus resources. My course is in there, you guys. 100 plus resources for $50, helping you grow abundance on the homestead. And there's also home business ideas in there as well. So I, of course, want you guys to know about that resource and plug into it with me this week because it's going to be helping us fuel this conversation of abundance on the homestead and in our businesses. Because I'm going to show you how can you start homesteading where you are? Because the truth is you can homestead and you can do home business anywhere. Okay. I hit my first 5-figure months last year, and it was a game changer for me. I was like, this is completely possible. I don't know why we're not talking about this. And I've kind of been teasing you guys of like, would you guys want, more content about this? And anyway, it's been really fun to kind of tease out this idea. And so Workshop Week is really born out of just wanting to serve you guys at the highest level possible and bring you guys as much information as I possibly can and get you guys plugged into resources. So make sure you get your resource library. You can comment workshop or library on any of my posts and you will get an invite to join. And we're going to be doing that together. Today, I want to make sourdough with my mom. So we're going to follow some of the recipes in there. So follow along with us. She's here today and she's never made sourdough before. So I'm super excited for that. And then this evening, we're going to be talking about life in your business and on the homestead, but really in your business. So each evening, we're going to go live together and you're going to get me as like your personal kind of business consultant coach. And I'm going to be sharing with you the theme for the day. So we have a theme each day. I probably should have started with that, but today is all about life in your business on the homestead. And so we're going to be talking about how do we lay the foundations for life? Why are we here? Like, what is our purpose? How do we step into that and make it actually profitable? Because it is completely possible to see 5-6-figure months from home. And I really had to prove it to myself last year that was possible. I did. And of course, if I crack the code on something, I got to pass it along to you guys. So super glad you're here. Oh, and let's not forget about giveaways. So every day we're doing giveaways. I know for me, it took investing in myself last year, time, money, resources, to really level up my understanding of how do I do this. And so I know that if you get that resource library and if you invest your time here, it's going to yield so much fruit in your life. But that can be scary. And I know it was scary for me when I purchased like a $5,000 course last year just to learn some stuff. And I know what that can be like. So when you get your bundle, in fact, we're going to do it right now. We're going to do our first give back is really what I want to call it. When you get your bundle, let me know. And I want to reimburse you. I'm going to pick one person to reimburse and basically say, hey, I saw that you chose to invest in yourself. I want to back you in that. I want to root for you. And so when you get that bundle, because that's really the only thing that you would need to invest in this week. Everything else is free. So if you choose to make that investment in yourself, in your homestead, in your business, I want to back you. So one lucky winner is going to get backed by me. I'm going to back your investment in yourself and your homestead. And I'm going to gift you back. Not really sure what the right word is yet. Gift you back that investment and just cheer you on and root for you because I believe that abundance is possible for you wherever you are. Even if you're in an apartment, you guys, even if you're in the city like me, you can grow abundance. I mean, look around me. My hollyhocks are going off. the nasturtium are going off. Business is going off. Okay. So we're speaking life over you this week. We are breaking chains. We're breaking generational curses. If you have had people who have been naysayers, who maybe haven't understood your vision or your passion, guys, those chains, I'm believing right now with you. Those chains are broken, guys. We are unleashing. Ooh, I have goosebumps. I can feel the Holy Spirit is here. We are breaking generational curses, trauma, addictions. Those things are going to be gone this week because you are stepping into newness. You're stepping into life with me. And we are going to see so much abundance in your life and on your homestead this week. And I can't wait. So I guess the last announcement I'll say is thanks, Amber. Thank you guys. Um, unlocked achievements. I don't know what that is. So the last thing I'll say is please do tell your friends about this because I can already feel the Holy Spirit moving and I don't want anybody to miss out. Oh, I just got so excited. You guys, let's just pray. It's okay. You don't have to be a believer to pray with me, but I am a believer and follower of Jesus. So let's just pray over these lives over this week. So would you guys just bow your heads with me and let's pray. God, thank you so much for the people that are here catching this live or on the replay, Lord. I just pray abundance in their lives, God. Oh, I just know how possible it's been for me, and I want to pass that on to everybody who is here. I'm so excited to have this conversation, Lord, and thank you for the springboard to have that conversation for the next 10 days of abundance in life and in business. It is totally possible to see financial freedom, to live our good lives wherever we may be. And so I just pray that over each and every person um, who needs to see this live, who is seeing this live, who's catching it on the replay. We pray abundance into their lives and into their homes. God, we break off those negativity cycles, those generational curses, those past abuse, those trauma. They're gone right now in the name of Jesus because you are so good. You are so good. And I can feel you here in this. So I'm really, really, really excited, Lord. Please just use me as your vessel. Yeah. And I just pray blessings over everybody who's here. All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining me. You'll find that I really do love, I really do love Jesus. So he might pop up in our conversations here, but just know that you're welcome to play along with us wherever you find yourself in your spiritual walk. My husband got me a croissant today, you guys. He's the best. He got me a croissant and a vanilla latte. So I'm feeling really spoiled right now. In the name of Jesus, yes, amen. I love it. I love it. Guys, I can literally see chains falling off of people. Like I can see chains are breaking this week. And I just know, I know how hard it was for me when I was first getting started. To really push past the chains that I put on myself, that I inherited, that I found myself in because of, repeating those dynamics. Another thing you should know about me is I have a degree in counseling. I have a background in counseling. And so we talk a lot about like the heart and mindset around here. So if you're not ready to go there, this probably isn't the hangout spot for you, but we go deep. All right. We're going deep. And yeah, so there were a lot of dynamics that I inherited that I kind of started living out with people in my life that I loved. And to be honest and be perfectly frank, I didn't have a lot of support when I was getting started. And so that's why I'm so passionate about this workshop week is I want to speak life into you. And that's the theme for today. That's the theme for today is life. And I want to speak life over you, and I want to invite you to step into a newness of life this week in your business and on your homestead. So with all of that said, went a little long there on the intro. Sorry about that, but so glad you're here. Please feel free to put any questions that you have about workshop week, about homesteading, about home business. Today is kind of like a generic live with me as we're setting the foundation for this, and I feel like it's already such a good foundation, so I'm so pumped. But yeah, feel free to ask questions. What do you guys want to see this week? What do you guys want to learn more about? Is there anything that I can help you with in particular? Definitely let me know. Happy to kind of brainstorm these things live with you. I do see some questions rolling through, so I'll answer those. I see somebody asking, is this a new Homestead bundle or re-release of the few months back? Yes. So there are some repeats from past off-grid bundles, but this is a unique one. So if you go on the site, if you click the link that I send you when you comment workshop or library here on Instagram, or if you check the description here on YouTube, it will actually show you everything that's included. So if you're like, maybe I don't need all of this. I already have it. Totally get it. But there are some amazing new resources in there. And so for that price point, it's like buying a fancy book, you get access to new resources. So it's, in my opinion, totally worth it. I mean, my course alone is $159 at the current price point, and you can get it for like 75 cents, I think, in the bundle, which is just crazy. So, um, oh, 70 new books this time. Thank you, Amber. There's 70 new books. So, 70 new books. It's not all the same stuff. Mm. Where do we find the library resource? You can get there through my website, heyitsagoodlife.com. You can comment workshop or library on any of my posts. I will send it to you. All right, how can we grow more worms? That's a great question. We can totally talk about that this week. And the gardening one from Amber is new. Yeah, okay, so my friend Amber, Grace Walk Farm is on here. You guys, she did something so cool. So on the note of homesteading and home business, okay, she took her knowledge and her passion and made her passion profitable by creating a course, but it's unlike anything I've ever seen. It's really cool because it's a course in the form of a PDF. And she is such an amazing gardener. She gardens with her husband. I love their story. She's actually going to be on one of our lives later this week. And we're going to be building a worm farm with her and some friends on her live later this week as well. Um, but yeah, she gardens and she put her knowledge, her passion into a course, into PDF form. It's available in the bundle. And it's so cool because, with a course, sometimes it's like, oh, you have to log into this special portal, but with a PDF, it's like you can keep it pretty easily on your phone. One of the reasons I host my course on Kajabi is because there is an app, a Kajabi app, so you can take my course with you through the Kajabi app. But I really like Amber's approach because I think it's even more approachable than having to install an app. I mean, you can literally have the course PDF on your phone. So that's new to the bundle this week, this go around. And it is so good, you guys. I think I think it's like 200 pages or something. I was going through it the other night and I was like, that's amazing. So that alone is one of those things that's like, it's so worth it. I mean, it's like less than 75 cents to get access to that course and learn from an expert of how are they gardening? How are they preserving their harvest? You guys, Amber is so good about canning. I can't wait to learn more about that from her. Confession, I still don't know how to can, okay? So I need to up level my skill set, and thank goodness there's resources in the bundle for that as well. So let's see here. Sorry guys, we do live near Camp Pendleton, so you will hear some fighter jets and things going overhead from time to time. There's just nothing I can do about that, so bear with me. I love that. If my technology challenged self can do this, anyone can. Yes. Homestead, share about homesteading online and create resources to fund your business. Yes, exactly. I love that. Let's see. Wow, awesome. So excited to see what God has planned for us business-wise and on the homestead. Thank you for this. Ready to learn more. Awesome. Well, make sure you grab your bundle, follow along with me, bake some sourdough with me today, guys, with my mom, and join me tonight for a business live where we're going to be talking about how do you really take this whole homestead thing, turn it into a business to fund your farm dream, to fund the homestead. That was such an aha moment for me when I was like, how do I recoup my investment here? Well, by starting to share the journey online, yeah, you can get monetized on things like YouTube, sometimes on Instagram, although I think they're taking that feature away. But there's so many different ways to make money. And I think a lot of people in our community think, oh, I have to, save seeds and sell the seeds, or I have to do milk share, or I have to make soap and sell them at the farmer's market. And really, we're going to be talking about how do you take that knowledge and package it into a digital resource, which is what the off-grid bundle is, the resource library, which you can get, for super cheap this week. That's really what that is. All of us have decided to put our knowledge into digital form and offer it at this really incredible value point that makes it a no-brainer to buy it. And that's part of what we're going to talk about this week is how do you create a value offer for people that meets their need, that solves their problem, that speaks to their pain point so that it becomes a no-brainer for them of like, yeah, I need this in my life. And so there are lots of different ways that you can get there, lots of different tactics. And I want to share with you basically what I've learned going through the school of hard knocks for the last almost 5 years. I was writing something out last night. I think it's one of the captions that's going out today on some of the posts. Guys, I started my homestead 5 years ago this summer. And I can't even tell you how many trials and how many challenges we have faced, I have faced personally. I am so glad that I set the promise to myself of don't quit for 5 years. Don't quit for 5 years. I don't know where that number came from. I think it was a statistic that I read when I was getting started of like, if you're going to start any new venture, don't quit for 5 years, especially if it's like an online venture. Like you got to stick with it. So I was like, okay, 5 years. I don't know. I just put that in my mind. And it's taken me that long to really kind of figure out what works for me as a busy mom. How do I homestead? How do I do home business? My story and my life. I went to school to be a counselor. I don't know about you. Anybody else like they went to school or they entered a profession that they realized was not really for them. Counseling is absolutely in my DNA. It is something I will do the rest of my life. And that is why we want the regenerative farm. And that's why I'm looking to basically scale this business to fund our farm dream because we want to do counseling different. I realized that for me, counseling was so broken in the model that we were doing it in. We were under harsh green lights that buzzed. We were working in lonely conditions. And I just felt like these four walls that I was in every day, no matter how comfy I made the couches and no matter how many pillows I added to my therapy chair, I was so uncomfortable. And I was like, I have got to do something different. I met a couple who told me that they do, what is it called? Recreational therapy, essentially, on their ranch with youth, troubled youth. They pair rescued horses with troubled youth. And that just lit something up in me. I was like, that is what I'm supposed to do with my life. Like, forget this four wall thing. Like, I have to do that. Yeah, counseling in nature would be awesome. Hey, buddy. And so that's when I really got this vision of like, we're going to do counseling, but we're going to do it on the farm. We're going to do it surrounded by food and flowers and animals. We're going to do counseling on the zip line one day, you guys. Like, I have this vision. We have this vision to really just do counseling different, do counseling better. And one of the calls in my life is to lead leaders. And so part of what I know we're going to do one day is we're going to help rejuvenate and relaunch leaders into their passion, into their purpose, and give them a lot of the skills that you're going to get here for free today, this week. But we're gonna really go the next step with retreats and things like that, and intensives and workshops. And so this is kind of like a little taste of what life on the retreat center and on the farm is going to be like. You guys are getting like the sneak peek of what it's going to be like to hang out outside in nature and to be together. Hey, Sean. Sean, Mindful Farmer from Arkansas, is tuning in. He's actually one of our guests this week as well. And so he is such a great guy. He has so many awesome tools, and there's so many things that I want to say. But just to stick with that line of thought, you can check the website for when we're going live with Sean. I think it's the 26th. But we're going to be able to pick his brain of how he does life and business and farming and homesteading because everybody has their own unique way. And I hope to just expose you to a lot of people who have found their own way through it and are becoming profitable because every single person has a purpose. I believe, especially if you're here today, you did not just find me randomly on the internet. Okay, maybe we became friends because we both love worm farming or we both want abundance on our homesteads. But you're here because you have a purpose. That is part of your calling on your life is to go live out that purpose. And if I can help you do that this week, well, that's what I want to do. That's what we're going to do. And that's what's going to happen. You're walking away from this workshop week with a vision and a plan and clarity and confidence and encouragement that you can do it. So, oh, I wasn't planning on crying with this live, but so good. I'm so glad. So you have a calling on your life. And so let's talk a little bit about that. That's the theme for today. We're talking about life. We're going to delve more into this from a business perspective, but you know, let's just talk about it in general today. Life. Like, why are you here? I would love to actually hear from some of you in the comments if you're willing. What is your purpose? If you could sum it up in a couple of words. Like for me, I know that God gave me this word of like I'm supposed to lead leaders. And so that's kind of what I hold on to is like lead leaders. And if you're here I believe that you are also a leader in your family, in your community, and I know that you are meant to do great things. And so if I can help guide you there, if I can be your friend through that process, well, then I feel like I'm living out my purpose. And so I feel very alive this week as I'm looking forward to holding your hand, coaching you, rooting for you, however you want to say it. I'm here for you as you kind of grow. So, what is your purpose? Do you feel like you have a grasp on that? Do you think you know what it is? And it's not like you just have to have a one-liner mission statement, but what brings you to life? What lights you up? What do you go, oh yeah, that's why I'm here? Is there something, or do you maybe feel like that's not clear to you? Happy to kind of brainstorm through that process with you if you need some help. Hi, Oma. Oma's tuning in live. All right, I'm going to check some comments I see rolling through here. I have been trying to be sufficient for 3 years now. We might have a bit more than 7 acres of woodland. It all takes time. Yeah, work and time. Yeah, exactly. Kath's flower patch. Very cool. Well, I'm excited for you, and it does take work and time. And one of the things that I think is really cool about starting your own business is it unlocks scalability financially. So as you start to scale your business, I think another mindset that a lot of us homesteaders get stuck in is I have to do all the work myself. And so my encouragement to you, Kath, is how can we start to cultivate some abundance in your business so that you can hire on help, so that you can scale your homestead faster? So, scaling is just a term that we use in business where it's like, how can I use the resources that I have to fund basically increasing the resources that I have? It's like the self fulfilling cycle. And so that's something that is one of my goals too is like, I love getting my hands in the dirt, but man, if I could hire on help to make it go faster, like I remember when I hired our friend and worker Hernando to basically cut the legs off of the garden beds. He had to dig out all of the garden beds, chop off the legs, and then refill them. And I thought, wow, it took him 3 days to do that, you guys. Okay. It took me weeks to do this all myself, but I was able to use money from my business to pay somebody else to do it so that I could do the things that only I can do in my business. And so that's my prayer and vision for you guys is like, how can we unlock that scalability, that abundance for you so that you can be like, okay, there's only certain things that only I can do. I want to do those things and I'm going to offload the other things to other people. So yeah, building a homestead takes time, but what if you could hire people who their purpose and their passion is to fill garden beds? Like he he's so happy doing what he does. He actually works here. His family lives in Mexico and he supports them with the job that he has here and he loves what he does. You guys, I've never seen a more spirit-filled man. He's out here, he's like singing to Jesus. He's like got his worship music on. I mean, he is feeling it. And it's like sometimes I think we think, "Oh, I don't wanna, like, offload that to somebody else, I'll just do it myself." But, like, he literally is living for this, okay? So, if I'm not giving Hernando this job, I'm, like, depriving him of his purpose, and so there's this beautiful reciprocity that can happen on the homestead and in our businesses when we choose community and we tap into that community and scalability. So, just a friendly encouragement to you. Sometimes I think we think, like, delegation is not a good thing. It's a really good thing for you on the homestead and in your business, and it actually helps empower other people to fulfill their purpose as well. Oh, what's up? What's up? What's up? Good morning, everybody. I see some friends tuning in. Oh, I see some people mentioning their purpose. I'm going to scroll up because I got on a little tangent there with my friend Hernando on purpose. Oh, I love this. I heal people through herbs, living foods, and their Akashic records. That's something I've just started learning about. Very cool. That is my purpose. Happy to be here. I love watching your videos. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I am so glad you're here too. I'd love some help and guidance to figure that out. Okay, let's talk about that and then we'll kind of keep going through these other purpose statements. Actually, let's put a bookmark in it and we'll talk about some of these other purpose statements that people have and we can learn from them. And then I'm going to give you some resources to kind of peel back some of the layers and discover maybe what is your purpose. I'd love some help and guidance. Okay, helping passionate, business minded women struggling with burnout and lackluster purpose find clear direction and fill their cup again so they can feel alive, vibrant, and on fire. Wow, that is a really clear mission statement. You are speaking to their pain points, you're speaking to their desires. Guys, we're going to talk about all of this. So, this is a really jam packed mission statement. Very cool to kind of peel back the layers on that. So, see how along came Stephanie. Hey girl, I'm so glad you found that worm. She actually messaged me a video of her husband delivering worms to her this morning. So sweet. Um, so this is so interesting. So see how she's kind of outlined, what are they struggling with? Those are pain points: burnout and lackluster purpose. And then what do they want? Okay, so the desire points, as I call them: clear direction, fill their cup again so they can feel alive, vibrant, and on fire. So those words speak specifically to what we might call an avatar or ideal client. And so it sounds like Stephanie's done the work of identifying who does she want to speak to? Who does she want to help? And so, very cool. I love reading that mission statement. So, things to be thinking about, um, like if you're how the rocks roll, ask for help. Things to be thinking about: who do I want to serve? How can I serve them? What could I offer them? And we're going to talk more about that tonight. But just to give you a little bit of a teaser for tonight's business 101, cultivating life in your business and helping other people with their purpose and passion. It's really about um, knowing where you are in your journey and knowing who it is that you want to help. And we're going to talk about knowing your you and knowing your who tonight. I can't wait for all the work ahead. Woohoo! Yeah, especially, I mean, physically and metaphorically, I'm sure, Corey, who's building a house and a homestead right now. Teaching my children how to follow God, find their calling, and live it out. Awesome. And that's the thing. Like, please, please, if you're a mom or a parent here, don't overlook the purpose that you have in your home. It's actually what I was thinking about as I was saying lead leaders. It's like, yes, I'm here leading you guys, but as we have children and raise those babies, those are our leaders too. And so I know that that really broad mission statement that I kind of have over my life, it applies to my family as well. And so, don't overlook it. Don't think that, oh, your mission statement has to, your purpose has to be business only or whatever. It can be applied to so many areas of your life. I want to give my kids a solid foundation and a refuge from harsh world as they grow. Okay, so it sounds like you really value nurturing. And it sounds like that's a really important value to you. And so values can be a way that we get to our purpose as well. Like, what do we value and how do we cultivate that in other people's lives? All right, getting caught up here. It's ever evolving and takes a lot of soul searching. Yes. Yes. And that's the thing too. And I'm so glad you said that, Stephanie, is if you're thinking about this or struggling with this or kind of working through this with us this week, just know mission statements and purpose, they're allowed to change. They're allowed to evolve. They're allowed to grow with you. And you reserve the right as a human being, as a business owner, somebody who shows up online or doesn't show up online, like you reserve the right to pivot at any point in time. And you guys, if you've been here a while, you know that I have a little Ross Geller in my head who's just constantly yelling, pivot, pivot. And so don't be afraid to pivot. But we also have to allow enough time for testing. And we're going to talk about that this week too. More so on day, I think it's 3, we're going to talk about like how do we test what we've created and how do we see if this is in alignment with us and if it's in alignment with that ideal customer and that ideal client. I spread the joy of growing your own food through my art, more specifically in a collection of adorable little enamel pins featuring some of our most loved vegetable varieties. I love that. I love that. There's like another take on it, right? So she's speaking to her clients' desires. Okay, joy. These people want to have more joy in their life. So she's looking for people who want joy and want to celebrate the vegetables that they love the most through this art form of enamel pins. I love it. That's so great. Thank you so much. In different seasons, our purpose will be different too. Yes, amen. So well said. I see some comments rolling through here on YouTube as well. Uh-oh. Oh, we had clear skies for a minute. I think we're in the clear. It's just some raindrops from the tree. Guys, we've had torrential downpours. It's insane. Step 1. Okay. So I see somebody tuning in here saying, I'm here to help people in any small way. I want to become a cut flower grower. I love that. I love that you're passionate about helping people. And my encouragement to you would be, how could we narrow that down a bit so that you can create a really specific offer? We're going to talk more about that tonight, but when we decide who it is that we're going to help and how we're going to help them, it's important that we really define and niche down. I mean, I know so many people online are talking about niche down, but when you niche down, okay, and I'll tell you kind of a funny story about this. When you niche down, you're actually leveling up your ability to serve, your ability to market your offer, your visibility. There's so many things that actually, it's like pruning a plant. You cut a plant, and I'm looking at my passion fruit vine, which I pruned, and it's going off right now. Um, you prune back a plant and you get really specific with where you want this plant to grow and how you want it to grow, and it actually grows more for you. And it's this kind of reversed thinking. And sometimes it's hard for us as new gardeners, and sometimes it's hard for us as new business owners to say, okay, I'm going to just do this one thing. I'm just going to serve this one audience. Um, because we're scared. Because we're scared that if we niche down and if we prune back what we do and what we talk about and what we offer, that it's actually going to stunt us. But the reality is it actually helps propel your growth forward. And we can see that from the object lesson of the garden is when we prune our gardens, we usually get more abundance for it in the long run. And so we're going to talk about how do we pick that one thing. And so my funny story that I always tell people when I'm talking with business, doing business consultations and things like that, I'm like, homie G, if you think you have niched down, you cannot niche down harder than I've niched down. Okay. I became a worm farmer because I killed my first garden, and then that was the thing that I talked about pretty much exclusively for all of 2022, and I had such a blast doing it. It was a challenge, you guys. I challenged myself. I was like, "Okay, talking about urban homesteading is, like, not really getting me where I wanna go." It wasn't really being rewarded by the algorithm because it was just too broad. Here's the cool thing about being a homesteader is it actually makes you a really well-rounded person. But the algorithm doesn't really reward that. It's like, that's cool that you know how to do all these things, but we don't know who to send your offer to. And so I always like to tell people who are like, oh, I'm niching down. I'm like, have you niched down hard enough? Because you probably haven't. If you haven't, if you haven't gone as far into the niche as like worm farming, okay, you haven't gone far enough. So anyway, let's see what else is here. Who is your friend that does recreational rehab with at-risk youth? Literally broke down when you said it because that is my dream. It's possible. Will you send me a message and I will message you their info because I think their ranch name has changed over the years as we're talking about evolution on the homestead and in business. I think their name has changed. And so I don't want to say the wrong thing, but I'm happy to share with you their resource. Thanks again for your continued support and enthusiasm, Natalie. My pleasure. This is so fun, you guys. I love this. I'd love to share with other family how we combine our small scale backyard homestead with homeschooling with our kids. Awesome. It sounds like we have a lot in common. And yeah, I think that's great. So we're going to talk about how you can package your own unique thing. And here's the thing. So Mrs. Hartman 21 says, we have a small scale homestead. We want to help people with their homeschool journeys. Oh Lord, stop the rain, Lord. Um, Pray with me now that guys that it doesn't rain us out. So there's a lot of overlap between what she wants to do and what I do, which is probably how we got connected, is because there was that affinity there. And there's this temptation to think, oh, there's not enough room for me. Or, oh, that person is doing it that way. I'm going to do it that way too. And that is a lack of abundance mindset. So when we are cultivating abundance in our businesses and our lives, I want you to know that there is space for you. There is space for you to be uniquely you and do the thing that you feel called to in this life. And you don't need to copy somebody else to do it. And sorry, a bird. You don't need to copy somebody else to do it. And you don't need to worry that that space is taken. And we're going to talk about that this week. How do you combine your story and your unique skill set to become this hugely profitable, highly scalable, easily marketable thing that people want to be a part of? So just because I'm already kind of doing this like homeschool backyard thing, Mrs. Hartman 21 wants to do something similar, there is this thing that can bubble up in us of like, oh, I need to do it the way this person is doing it, or there's not enough room for me, or the marketplace is already saturated. No, the marketplace is not saturated because there's not you in the marketplace with your unique offer and your unique story. So please don't believe that lie this week, you guys. We're breaking that off right now in the name of Jesus. That does not hold any power here. It's raining. Okay, let me see what I can do to get us back inside and safe from the rain. Or maybe, do I have an umbrella? Ooh, that might be an idea. I'll be right back. How do I turn this off for a second? Okay. Oh, I don't know how to turn it off here. All right, well, we'll just, how do I got to protect this somehow. Okay, stick with me, guys. I'm going to go get an umbrella. I'll be right back. Tell me you're dedicated without telling me you're dedicated. I'll go first. Okay. Oh, pause due to poor connection. I just got the umbrella. Come on, this is the fun part. Okay, there we go. We'll see how long this lasts because it is a fabric umbrella. Oh man, this is hilarious. You guys will be able to tell this story one day. Like I was on Natalie's live, um, and it rained on her, and she got an umbrella in the middle of it to keep hanging out. All right, so moved moved me this morning. I'd love to get in contact with them. Yes, definitely. Shoot me a message if you want their info. Okay. We do same thing. Adding chickens this year. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Hey, working away in Southern Ontario greenhouses. Glad I caught you on my lunch break. Woohoo! So glad you're here. Struggling with feeling like I don't have an idea yet. I'm so new to homesteading and I feel like I don't have anything to teach or offer. Man, I have so been there. I know that feeling. I know that feeling. You have something, and we're going to discover it this week. Um, it might, if you want to leverage something to help fund your farm dream, to help fund your homestead, you might start with something that's actually not homestead related. So you might want to ask yourself the question, hey, Kira. So you might want to ask yourself the question, what what do I know that I could teach somebody else? What do I know that I could teach somebody else? And that is essentially how you're going to take person from point A to point B. And we're going to talk more about that this week. And this is just like a very high level overview. But one of the questions you want to ask yourself when you're considering starting a business, especially online or otherwise, is what is the transformation I can offer another person? How do I take them from point A to point B? What is it that I uniquely know? And how can I package that with my story and my skill set to help this person get from where they are to where they want to be? And so it might not be homesteading related just yet. And that's okay. It doesn't have to be homesteading related. It can be whatever. We can package your unique story and offer and skill set into a digital offer that's actually not homesteading related. So it's okay. I needed to hear that. Thank you. Yes, you're welcome. I'm in Southern Ontario. Gosh, a lot of people from Ontario. Woohoo. Oh, so true, Nat. You're the cutest. Love your guts. Thank you. Pivot. Maybe start with teaching cooking from scratch. I love that idea. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're so much stronger together. You had me thinking of that, and I figured out which thing I think would work for me. Oh, well, that's great. Awesome. I'm so glad to hear that. All right. So, BRB, my chat isn't populating. Yeah, I'm wondering if something's happening for me too. Um, Louisiana. Good morning. Good morning. So, again, this is day one of workshop week. If you guys are just catching this right now, we're on day one of workshop week. We're going to wrap it up here in a little bit because I do want to keep these lives under an hour for you. Ontarians, unite. um, but yeah, really just laying the foundation. Today's theme is all about life. And why are you here? What are you doing in your homestead to cultivate life? And what are you doing in your business to cultivate life? And I want to help you do that. One of the ways that we're going to be having fun with life on the homestead today is we're going to be introducing my mom to the idea that a sourdough starter is alive. It's a little pet that she can keep alive. Okay. My mom is not a really big sourdough person. In fact, I don't think she's ever baked a sourdough loaf in her life, but we're going to show her how she can do that. Because here's the thing, this is so cool. It's like, as we cultivate our skills and share them with other people, it makes other people go, ooh, I want some of that. So I made some sourdough bread from scratch the other day, and she was like, this is literally the best bread I've ever had. Like, how do I get this in my life? And I was like, well, mom, this is real sourdough. This isn't like added flavor sourdough. This is like the real deal. So I gave her some sourdough starter, and I'm gonna be surprised if it's still alive, you guys, because she told me, she's like, I got this. I can figure this out. I'm gonna keep this thing alive. I'm gonna bake bread. You see. I haven't seen any loaves. So I'm thinking that she hasn't quite cracked the code on sourdough yet. That's okay. So we're going to invite her into our life today. We're going to do sourdough behind the scenes. So come hang out with me on stories. And I'm going to share with you guys some laughs as we talk about how do you keep a sourdough starter alive, Mom? What's going on in the loaf? What's causing it to rise? And it's going to be fun. And you can follow along with us when you get the resource bundle. That is the really only paid thing about this week is, if you want to follow along, get ideas of how you can grow abundance in your homestead and in your business, that resource bundle, that's going to last you forever. There's 70 new books from the last time we did this bundle offer. So it is a really special, unique thing. Emily knows my mom. She's laughing. She's like, oh, Letty. Oh, Letty. What was I going to say? Yeah. So the only thing, like, you can tune in for free all week long, but these workshops are only going to last for so long. Whereas the resource library is going to last you forever. It's a digital resource. You can keep it on your phone, your desktop. You can print it off and enjoy the courses and ebooks for a lifetime. 70 plus ebooks, over 30 courses. My course is included in that bundle. And so I hope you guys get that resource. If you need it, just comment workshop. If you're on YouTube, go ahead and check the link in the description. If you're here on Instagram, go ahead and comment. Go to my website. It's all there for you. Workshop or library will get you a DM sent to you right away with the links that you need. And let's see here. Tell her to keep trying on her starter. Yeah, San Diego homesteaders. Yeah, I wish it was that easy, but absolutely, I can encourage her all I want, but you can lead a horse to water and you can't make them drink unless you let them taste how delicious the water is, or in this case, sourdough, then they might feel a little bit enticed. Julie says, I love the Homestead bundle from last year. Me too. And I'm still going through it, which is amazing. Like, there are so many resources. I think it's an amazing thing for homeschool moms too, because how many things can you get out of that one resource? How many homeschool credits can you cultivate from one purchase? I know as a homeschool content creator that homeschool stuff can be expensive. So why not get an entire resource library for $50 and cultivate a lot of different lessons from it? And just like that, the rain is starting to come down harder. I don't think my little fabric umbrella is going to make it much longer. So I'm going to say goodbye for now. So glad that you're here. I don't know if commenting workshop in a live works, but just comment on one of my pages or message me directly and I'll get you a link for the workshop and the resource library. Okay, just like that, I have to hop off because the rain's coming in, but love you all so much, believing that chains are going to be broken. We are stepping into new levels of abundance on the homestead and in our businesses. I cannot wait to chat more with you guys. Join me throughout the day and tonight for workshop week. I'll see you guys there. Bye.